What's up, y'all? My name is Johnny Johnny. This is the Johnny Johnny Live with Johnny Johnny. It's really crazy because I went to Taco Bell, and normally when you go to Taco Bell, you want to get a soda, a big gulp of soda. They got that new soda. They the only ones that got like that Baja. I think it's the Baja drink, and that soda is so good. If you never had the Baja, oh my god! And I'm not promoting it, but I say this. I say that to say this. I know how good the sodas are, and I want to have a soda, but I went there and I didn't get a soda. I ended up getting a I end up getting water. So I'm trying to do a little bit better. Okay, so I got this. Okay, so you have to give me a second because I am engineering. I'm like the engineer. I'm the whole ball of wax. So okay, so they had the race today for Peoria. I guess the race goes through like several different races, but at the end of the day, um, whoever won today moves on to the next round or what have you. I just, you know, I think a lot of people didn't come out. Probably, I don't know. Normally, those mid races aren't a race that everybody comes out to. Put it that way. It's not well participated. So let's just say that. But however, I was going for a few people, and some people that I was like vowing for, or I guess pushing for, they didn't win. So, but I don't know. That's how politics are anymore. I will say this, and I've said this before. I don't like to get controversial because it gets me in trouble. So I swear, I try not to say things that are what someone could say conspiracy theories or something like that. But you have to understand, this is my thoughts. I honestly believe like we are under attack, like as black people. I I see more and more every day. It's just downright just. And then like to add to that, it's like the people, some because I listen to conservative radio. Okay, so I do have a chance to hear like how like they the other side or I should say the other side. I have a chance to see how that certain side feel about things. And when I'm telling you guys, if you're black and you're watching this, I'm telling you, it's to a point that they are tired of even acknowledging that racism exists. You know what I'm saying? Like their whole thing is, and I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all and I want y'all to understand. I'm not trying to sit here and argue with y'all. I don't know where y'all from. Y'all from, uh, the South. Y'all from Florida. I'm telling you what I know. I'm sorry. Let me close it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know as far as what uh, people on certain sides are saying, and what they are saying is, oh, that's why because my microphone is. I was like, why is this? Okay, so okay, there we go. Then I fixed it. Okay, cool. I was like, what's going on? So I'm, and y'all can leave your comments. That's cool. Y'all can leave your comments. But what I'm telling y'all is that there are people who, like, first of all, they're real tired of anything that's considered what you would say when you say, like, oh, that's racism. Like, they don't want to hear it. Like, they don't want to hear it. I don't know where that comes from because it's like, I don't know anybody. I don't know one single black person who goes around and says, oh, that's racist. Oh, that's racist. That's racist. That's racist. That's racist. Normally, when we say something is racist, it's pretty racist. You know what I'm saying? We are not a people that whine. I'm not going to even put that on our people. Nobody that I know ever, and I'm an older person, nobody in my lifetime that I've ever been around who was black who said, oh, that's racist. That's racist. That's racist. That's racist. In fact, I've seen more black people who will say stuff is not racist, who will overlook it, than I've seen people actually point the shit out. So you can't tell me we as a black people are complainers of racism. You can't tell me that. Like, straight up, I've never read into this person, woman, man, especially women. Black women will take a lot of shit. If something happened to them, like at home, at the job, they may carry that shit and go home and cry about it and get up the next day and go back to work. You hear stories of go interview an older black lady and ask her what type of shit she been through in the workforce. And she'll tell you, I've been discriminated against. It was times where I was supposed to get a job, a promotion. I didn't get the shit. Like, it's so much discrimination that they had to go through. They didn't complain. So where is this thing that we black people complain all the time about racism? I don't understand. It's like a narrative is created and then it's put on us. And then we start back and believe it. We like, damn, we do complain. Who complains? Who complains about racism ever? That's not us as a people. I don't know who put this stipulation on us, but it's on us and it's bad. When shit happens, we're gonna point it out. Like old girl said, the younger female, black female here the other day, when bullshit happened, I'm gonna point out the bullshit. And you can correct it, be a man about it. But I'm telling y'all, there are people who are they like, we don't even want to hear that shit no more. If you think it's racism, if you see what I do consider racism, then so be it. Just suck it up. I'm telling y'all that it's a new era. And they telling y'all, like, you hear them all the time, racism doesn't exist. It don't exist. It don't exist. It don't exist. Since when? I was just kicked out of a store. Have you ever been kicked out of a store? You don't know how embarrassing that is. And then to lose your job on top of that. Y'all, I'm telling you. Did you hear me complain? Do y'all hear me go on Facebook complain? We do not complain. We take it. Most of the time we take it. We were slaves before. We took that shit and we elevated off that shit. And they still consider us complainers, lazy, just all these stipulations. We never gonna get past that. So anyway, leave our comments, questions. Right now we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, so we are doing some things, y'all. I got a big announcement for podcast, something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I think it's gonna happen. So big shot to that. It's gonna be a lot of viewers. I'm telling you. I'm glad. You know what? It's crazy because it's my hometown. I don't get a lot of viewers from my hometown. You know, people try to just, if anybody else has a podcast, they'll watch their shit before they watch mine. Put it that way. So I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, but we're just gonna keep doing our thing, and my shit gonna be good. I know that my shit is gonna be good, but that's what it's gonna be. But anyway, um, MSNBC fired all of its people of color, including Joy Reid. Joy Reid, if you've ever seen Joy Reid, she is like really elegant newscaster. She do her thing. She talks right. She points out the bullshit, and they just fired her. The thing about black people, I'm saying in general, like we don't get mad at a lot of shit. We let it sit. We don't. It could be because of our ignorance. Like we don't follow our shit because we got so much shit going on. But I do know, like we don't really follow events, worldly events. We're not the type of person that will type of people that really follow worldly events and things that are happening. Even like in our country, we let a lot of shit just like roll off because we got so much other shit going. We trying to pay rent. Crazy, man. But Joy Reid, black lady. I'm not homophobic or whatever they call it, homophobic. Were you like against gay people? I'm not that at all. But you have to understand, like all of our newscasters, new broadcasters, a lot of them are gay. Whether white or black, a lot of them are gay. First of all, I don't care what station you watch, a lot of them are gay. So when you find a straight black woman, like that represents not well, like my mom or something. You feel what I'm saying? Or a black teacher educator that I had growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, like I say, I'm not against nothing else you decide to do, but that alone should make you be like, no, we need to have more straight people telling the news, because otherwise, all of our perspectives, the way they tell it, is going to be from a gay perspective. So I'm just saying that first of all, as a straight male, I want to have somebody like Joy Reid telling me like news. I'll listen to her. I fuck with her. I do get like after the election, like her ratings went down, but she been there for years. Like, and that's crazy. I have a video I'm gonna show, and I want y'all to take a look at it, and then we're gonna come back and we'll talk about it. Y'all share this with y'all people. This is something that honestly we need to take a look at as black people. And I said it before, y'all. We're under attack, and black women. If you ever thought you were safe in this attack and it was just on black men, you could be farther from the truth. They are after black women right now. They pissed. People are pissed at black women for whatever reason right now. You might think Mexicans are the target. Man, as soon as they get done doing what they're gonna do to Mexicans, it's gonna be black women. Y'all gonna be a target. I'm telling y'all, be on y'all P's and Q's. You see it every day. This is just another example. They're getting y'all off the air. They're gonna get y'all off movies. They trying to get the black women. I'm telling you, they pissed. If you don't hear nothing else I say, they are pissed at black women right now. I'm telling you, y'all. I don't know if y'all wherever y'all stick together. We need to get together with black women. Need to get together with black men again. I tell you that much. But y'all, it's like y'all separating yourself first of all because y'all like we don't need no black men, and so now it's like y'all out here and y'all really fighting with each other. They coming. They coming. They do not like. I'm telling you, they coming. If you don't hear nothing else telling, they coming. So we're gonna watch this video and then y'all tell me what y'all think. Take it for what it is. You might be like, he don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, they coming. All right, here we go.
There are certainly good journalists, and in any outlet, just about any outlet, there are some good journalists. I used to even say that of Fox News. There were some people that did good work, even though the organization itself is just a toxic cesspool of propaganda and lies. I don't really say that anymore, but
Not my opinion,
MSNBC,
but
you know,
let's
great
go get
people
to the
that
point.
work there. Overall, I think they do a good job. But I don't know what's going on in U.S. media. It's worse than it's ever been, and I didn't think that was possible. MSNBC made the decision to fire. They haven't fired Alex Wagner. She's just shifting to a different role, but she doesn't have a show anymore. They fired Katie Fang, I believe, and they fired Joy Reid. All at once.
All
Just
people
a
color.
massacre of talent. They left two of their white hosts, though. Rachel Maddow and Lawrence O'Donnell. So anyway, I'm going to play these two clips. This is Rachel Maddow doing in her way. Look, I think she's outstanding. I think she is brilliant. I think the content that she produces is top notch.
I just want to say this before he play this. If you're black right now and you feel like, yeah, she should have got fired, that's the problem. That's a serious problem because right now, like black women already feel like we don't have their back, and now we rooting, yeah, let's get them fired. We should never ever be at that point. We're rooting for another black person, especially a black woman, but for another black person to any harm to happen against them. Because I'm telling you, it could come right back on you or your daughter or your niece or nephew or your niece or cousin, sister. You don't never want to send hate out there because hate cannot be controlled. You can't stick hate on somebody, on one particular person. Hate is going to spread, or one particular group. You can't say, okay, I just hate the Mexicans and I hope bad things happen to the Mexicans. Because guess what? When they get down to the Mexicans, they're going to turn their hate on somebody else. And it's the hate that you built up. Yeah. It's energy. It's like energy. You building this energy, negative energy up, and it's boiling to a point. And it's gonna be so bad, not controlled. When it gets to this level, you're not gonna be able to control it. Nobody's gonna be able to control it. You can't control evil, hate. So that's just my point there. Just think, y'all, before y'all start hating other people.
Most certainly than I have. She is, intellectual type. So she wants to give fairness and charity to people. She doesn't want to ruffle a ton of feathers. So although this is far different than the words I would say, I think her heart's in the right place. And I think that when, I could title this, Rachel Maddow hammers MSNBC. I'm not going to do that. I think that's what she meant to do, but it's not really in her character and her nature and her personality to do it the way I would do it. Because I tell them to fucking pound sand. That they made a racist choice. Race had to have played a role
That's what I'm saying.
In this because
black,
Joy Reid does great work.
If you black,
Katie Fang does great work.
I don't know. If you black and you don't recognize this is like racism, but even white people can recognize it. Yeah, that's pretty some fucked up racism shit. It's like almost like they're gonna be able to do whatever they want to do to us because we don't even we can't even decide on what's racist against us. We can't even decide. If somebody tell you something happened to them and being like, damn, I feel that's racist, you'd be like, no, nigga, that wasn't racist. How? Who's the measure? If somebody was wronged because of color of their skin, I don't care how little minute it was, you were wronged because of the color of your skin. And I'm telling you, they're gonna be able to do things like this to fire whole departments because of the color of their skin. They done fired the departments, all the departments, because those executive orders. All those departments are gone anymore. So they can come in your job tomorrow and be like, all black people leave. All people with too many piercings leave. You get rid of DEI, that's inclusion. You ain't got to include nobody. You don't have to include nobody. Diversity, equity, equal, inclusion. You're getting rid of that. You don't have to include nobody. What don't y'all understand about that? You don't have to include white women, and black women was the biggest factor of DEI. So you would wonder why would they root for themselves to be taken off the map like that? I don't understand that. And you have to think, was it just to hurt us? Did you think you were just hurting black people? One white lady said the day that happened, the executive order, they came the next day and told her they had to fire white lady because of a DEI. You got to go. Man, you can't control hate. I'm not saying nobody hate, but you can't rah, yeah, if somebody get fired. You can't control that. It's going to eventually bite you, somebody else, in the ass that's close to you. All right, listen anyway. I'm sorry. I'm just talking. Here we go.
Alex Wagner is outstanding at what she does. And they left Jen Psaki and Lawrence O'Donnell and Rachel Maddow. It's troubling. What was behind the decision? Anyway, look, there's two clips here I want to play. One is talking about how much Rachel Maddow has learned from Joy Reid and what a mistake it was for MSNBC to make this decision to send her out the door. I believe Joy Reid should look for it. She's going to start a new venture on Substack or something and support her when she does. She's now in the space of independent media, and we need to support independent media. When I say now more than ever, it's not just to support me now more than ever. If you find somebody that you appreciate, if that's Joy Reid, support her in what her new endeavor is. First, though, here's this first clip from Rachel Maddow, and then we'll go into a second where she talks about not just the talent, but there are people who are facing firing who had to reapply for their jobs. Like, seriously, the question remains, what in the fuck are they doing at MSNBC? Watch this.
In all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about
crazy.
her.
She tell you
I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got count them, two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend. Mm-hmm. And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible, and I do not defend it.
It is the question that needs to be answered. What was behind it? What was the calculus behind firing all the non-white primetime hosts and leaving the two white primetime hosts? Do you think, MSNBC, that this is some kind of a play to your audience's preferences? Do you think your audience, your corporate Democrat and probably some progressives also, you think they're into the wholesale slaughter of your talent, getting rid of just your black and brown Asian talent? What are you doing? More to the question also, though, and this will play into this next clip, is why are you forcing people who have been longtime loyal, capable employees to reapply for jobs? Now they're uncertain. Are we going to... Is this in service to Donald Trump? Is this to signal to him that we're willing to shake things up for you, sir, with tears in our eyes? What is going on? Watch this.
But one thing you cannot necessarily see is that the people who get our shows on the air, they're really being put through the ringer. Dozens of producers and staffers, including some who are among the most experienced and most talented and most specialist producers in the building, are facing being laid off. They're being invited to reapply for new jobs. That has never happened at this scale in this way before when it comes to programming changes, presumably because it's not the right way to treat people, and it's inefficient and it's unnecessary, and it kind of drops the bottom out of whether or not people feel like this is a good place to work, and so we don't generally do things that way. Maybe all of our folks, including most of the people who are getting this very show on the air right now, maybe they will all get new jobs here, and I hope they do, but in the meantime, being put in this kind of limbo, the anxiety and the discombobulation is off the charts at a time when this job already is extra stressful and difficult. It is not news for me to tell you that the press and freedom of the press are under attack in a way that is really, it's a big deal for our country. It's very visceral for us here. I know that the business of the press is not an easy thing, and I know that no job is forever. But I think I'm safe in saying for all of us anchors who you know through the TV, please know that what pains us the most is not what happens to us. It is what happens to our coworkers on whom we depend and who you don't necessarily know, but we respect and love them and depend on them. And did I mention we respect them? This is a difficult time in the news business, but it does not need to be this difficult. We welcome new voices to this place and some familiar voices to new hours. It's going to be great, honestly, and we want to grow and succeed and reach more people than ever and be resilient and stay here forever. I also believe, and I bet you believe, that the way to get there is by treating people well. Finding good people, good colleagues, doing good work with them, and then having their back. That we could do a lot better, a lot better.
Because it's not the right way to treat people. Mass firings, leaving people uncertain about their station, about their position, about their job, about their livelihoods, is something you would expect from Doge. This is very Doge behavior, very Trumpian behavior, very corporate behavior. And this is why you think I'm worried about getting fired by dipshits in suits?
So anyway, I just want to see that portion of it. Yeah, man, it's crazy. So we're gonna leave it at that. We'll come back and holler at y'all. We got another podcast we're gonna talk to y'all about. Make sure y'all tap in, make sure y'all sharing it, make sure y'all